Let's go running. Okay, now let's go running. Oh, hi there. You found my midlife crisis YouTube channel. I mean, my running vlog. My name is Ben. I'm a game developer. I'm also a runner. That's mostly what this vlog's gonna be about. Though honestly, I do have some plans for how the game development's gonna factor in too. Been a game developer for the past 15 years or so, but I've only been a runner for the past 6.5 years. And in that time, I have done a lot of running. Checked my Strava recently. I think I just passed 16,000 kilometers lifetime. Which should be over 10,000 miles. I primarily run marathons. It's the thing that interests me the most. My most recent marathon ran 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 1 second. I was super happy with that. It's a PB by something like 12 minutes for me, but it was not a Boston qualifying time. And I aim to fix that with my next marathon. So in about 16 weeks' time, I'm going to be running the Toronto Marathon. I intend to BQ. Actually, I intend to more than BQ. You see, I'm 40, or rather, I'm about to be 40. And with that comes a slightly easier Boston qualifying time. Although, in fairness, they just made the standards harder. So those two cancel each other out. I still need to run 3:05. 3:05 is not a long way off from 3:06. I can do that math. Now, if you've tried qualifying for Boston before, you know it's not just about the standard. There's limited spots at Boston, so you need a buffer. So running 62 seconds faster, that's not gonna cut it. I really need to run 6, maybe 7 minutes faster. Basically, I need to go sub-3. Now today we're out on my long run. It's a Friday, but I'm doing my long run just because that fits in better with my life. Plan is just to do about 2 hours, easy pace, keep my heart rate down, keep it conversational, you know? Keep it vloggy. Don't die, don't die. So the Toronto Marathon on May 3rd is my A race for the spring. I forgot to register for the race. Let's see, register marathon. Okay, I just need to point this out. It says your anticipated marathon finish time, sub-elite, 2:30 to 3:10. That's a heck of a range. Okay, now to pay. Done. Now back to me. That gives me about 16 weeks to train. A lot of people out on the paths today. It is a bizarrely mild day here in Ottawa. I think it's like +2. It's supposed to absolutely pour later on. But I'm taking this opportunity to get outside while I can. Guys, going too fast. How to run vlog without getting run over. Maintain situational awareness. Try not to embarrass yourself. Try not to die. I feel like that's all good advice. 2 hours today, easy pace. Try to keep the heart rate down. Not doing a great job of that. Should slow down a bit. As everyone says, it is harder to talk and run. Hey, maybe that'll keep me honest. As I said, it is Friday. Got about 50K on my legs so far this week. Probably gonna add 20 today. The real purpose of today's run is time on feet. You know, you might be looking at this thinking, oh my gosh, what a gray, dismal day. Wind is blowing, temperatures around freezing. This must suck. But if you're a runner in Ottawa, you know that for early January, oh, this is mint. Doesn't get much better than this. Sure, there could be some sun, but hey, I will take this. I've been spending a lot of time on the treadmill, which I actually genuinely love. It's also nice to get out once in a while, you know? Man, the trees are really sneezing today. So, sub-3 hour marathon. It's a goal a lot of runners have. It's a goal I've had for a little while now. But I do feel like it's within reach. Having said that, I've been running long enough to know you can't just pick a round number and make it happen. You do need a plan. You do need to put in the work. And the plan can't just be put in more work. It's a quick way to get injured. So what am I doing differently this block? Well, I should probably start with where I'm at. Coming into the new year, been ramping up my mileage for the past 8 weeks or so. Getting back up to 80-kilometer weeks is kind of a baseline starting point. That's been going well. Look at this, clear sidewalks. I mean, sure, full of puddles and stuff. Okay, look. Winter in Ottawa, this is a clear sidewalk. It's not icy, it's just a little wet. I would take this any day of the week. Okay, so my base building training. I have been following the ever so popular, ever trendy Norwegian Singles Method, or Norwegian Singles approach, at least roughly. If you haven't heard of it, the gist is that you try to put in a lot of volume at sub-threshold paces, sub-threshold effort, really. In doing so, you can fit in a lot more quality work in a sustainable way. And that's what really appealed to me. So I do 3 sub-threshold sessions a week. Usually it's somewhere between 24 and 30 minutes or so of sub-threshold work. And in between are easy days. And those easy days are super easy. I haven't been super guilty of running my easy days too hard, but I feel like everyone could always go a little bit easier. So I've been making a concerted effort to keep my easy days super easy. He says, checking his watch, realizing that this is not as easy as it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Right, so 3 sub-threshold sessions, interleaved with easy days, and on the weekend, a long run, also at easy pace. And so far, it's felt great. As I said, the thing that drew me to the Norwegian Singles Method was the promise that it could be sustainable training. Everyone harps on about consistency. How do you actually achieve that? In my previous marathon training block, I upped my volume a lot to the point where with a speed session once a week and a big long run, I was pretty much toast constantly, just making it through. Wasn't really hitting the prescribed paces, really just hanging on. And so the Norwegian Singles approach allows me to get, honestly, a lot more speed work in than I ever have, while still feeling really fresh. Like I'm doing a long run today, but I did a sub-threshold workout yesterday, and it feels fine. Now the big question is, how is this gonna scale to marathon training? How am I gonna fit in long runs that are suitably long, that prepare me at the right volume? And that's still kind of an outstanding question. But that's something I aim to figure out over the next 15 weeks. Now, the recent surge in popularity of the Norwegian Singles approach. Oh no, my gel! Not time for you yet. Oh no, that was my second gel. I did lose one. Oh man, I gotta go back for it. Damn, lost a gel. Well, this long run just got about 50% harder. If I fuel properly, I think I'll be okay. This current surge in the popularity of the Norwegian Singles approach pretty much be traced back to the Let's Run thread by Sir Bach, James Copeland. And I picked up his book, so I'm working my way through that. And it does have a section on the marathon, but oddly enough, it seems to be how to move from consistently doing the Norwegian Singles approach to then applying a very temporary sort of functional overreaching marathon training block, something not sustainable, which is kind of antithetical to the whole thing. I do appreciate that he's upfront about that, but it does leave me in a bit of a pickle for what I'm going to do over the next 16 weeks. Because crucially, I've only been doing Norwegian Singles for 7 or 8 weeks now. I definitely don't have like the base to jump into a marathon training block like James Copeland did. So I gotta figure out something that works for me. But honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is take the theory, the principles, or at least the goal of the Norwegian Singles approach. Sustainable, constant training approach. So although yes, Toronto Marathon in May is my A race, I don't think I want to do a big build up to peak and then have that massive recovery on the other side of it. I do intend for it to be an A race, do intend to go all out, but I want my training leading up to it to be more sustainable, something that I can jump back into after recovering properly, but something I can jump back into. So while my overall volume is going to need to increase to accommodate marathon training, I'm gonna try to keep a fair bit of sub-threshold work in there and probably just increase its volume as well. And overall just try to feel it out, listen to my body, figure out what's sustainable. I don't want to be killing myself trying to make this happen. All right, let's be real. Am I a little scared about this public goal? Yeah, you betcha. Am I a little scared about making videos in public? Yeah, you betcha. That's why I'm out on this busy road away from people. But here's the thing. Too often in my life, I have avoided trying things because I'm afraid I would fail. Now this YouTube channel, I consider just keeping it a secret so that when, not if, when I'm not immediately good at it, I could just bury the whole thing. But you know what? Time is gonna pass anyway. And I really don't envision a future for myself where I look back and I'm glad that I never tried something, glad that I never took a chance, put myself out of my comfort zone, signed up for that race, tried for that goal, hell, started that YouTube channel. No way. It doesn't really matter if you fail. I was watching a YouTube video this morning. I watch a lot of YouTube. It was a commencement speech by Jim Carrey, of all people. And it was about choosing love over fear when making decisions, which I think is a great message. But there was a bit in there about how even if you choose the safe option, the boring option, the one you don't really want to do, even if you choose that path, you can still fail. You can still fail at doing the thing you don't really want to do. So why not go for the thing you do want to do? A good friend of mine, fellow game dev, made an offhand comment one day that really stuck with me. We were walking between meetings at a game developer conference, deciding what to do about our game, and he said to me, "What if it all went right?" I don't think he meant it to be anything profound. I think we were just dwelling on too many negative things. But the phrase, "What if it doesn't work? What if it goes wrong?" It's all about risk management. And yeah, it's a prudent thing to do as a business owner, but it's also super easy to overlook one of the biggest risks. That's the risk of not trying. So think about what if it could go right? What if you could go sub-3 at the Toronto Marathon in 16 weeks? What if you could make a running vlog? For you, it might be something different. Maybe it's what if you go for a run today? Maybe it's what if you sign up for that race? Maybe you want to start a running vlog. I know I would love more to watch on the treadmill, and I'm serious about that. I love watching running vlogs on the treadmill. It's actually the reason why I'm making this. It's because I want to give back to that community of tiny YouTubers who make running videos that I get to watch on my long runs when the weather is not this good out. And if I can give back in some small way, that'll be worth it to me. And hey, even if no one watches it, at least I'll have a record of this moment in my life. You know, I'm about to turn 40. I mentioned this was a midlife crisis channel vlog, right? I'm only ever gonna be this age right now. I will never be younger than this. I was watching another YouTube thing lately. This was a short with Jimmy Carr. I guess the algorithm's got me pegged for comedians. Comedians talking about serious things. And he was telling a story about how he bet you that in 30 years, you would give everything you own in the world, every material property, you would give it all to him in an instant if you could become the age you are right now, with the health you have right now. And that resonated with me. So I'm gonna use this body while I have it. I'm gonna see what it can do. And to me, that's exciting. Doesn't matter if I fail. I think that journey's exciting. And I think it's worth capturing that, my thoughts in this moment in time. I'll never be able to come back to this moment in time. So, hey, maybe I'll watch this one day and I'll remember this mindset. Maybe today is day one of something. The old, not one day I'll do this, but day one of doing this. Man, I'm gonna get myself too excited. This is supposed to be an easy run. I am now almost exactly halfway from my house, the furthest away that I can be, and so it has started raining. So, see you in a little bit. All right, we are 2 hours into this run, just past 20K. Gonna be wrapping up here soon. The rain has stopped, thankfully. I am soaked, but now, if you've made it this far, I just have one thing to ask of you. Hit subscribe and follow along. Because in the next few months, you'll either get to see someone who set a big goal, put in the work, and achieve it, or you get to enjoy the schadenfreude of some dude turning 40 and publicly failing. That's not win-win. I don't know what is. So come along for the ride. See you next week.